And welcome to the Bulloch Sports Report, formerly known as Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. We've got the Georgia Southern football team getting back on the practice field as they were at the Tippins training facility, getting set for the 2024 season. We'll hear from head coach Clay Helton and a few of the players in just a bit. The Eagles looking to rebound from the 6-7 season, looking for bigger and better things this year with 9 players named to the preseason Sunbelt All-Conference team. We'll hear from some of them. Also on the high school front, high school football, it's game week coming up as Statesboro High, Southeast Bulloch, Portal, and Bulloch Academy all get set to open the season on August 16th. August 17th, Portal and BA playing in the Irk Russell Classic over at Paulson Stadium. We'll hear from some of the coaches coming up in just a bit. All that and plenty more coming up on the Bulloch Sports Report. And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com. Get your game on with officially licensed spirit gear and merchandise at the Georgia Southern University store. We carry the gear, you bring the cheer. Become game ready with our wide selection of apparel and custom merchandise. Our Freedom merchandise collection benefits our live mascot who's unable to survive on his own, as well as the Georgia Southern Wildlife Center where Freedom and many other animals make their home. We have a tumbler for every vibe with Vibe tumblers and can coolers. You can listen to music with a detachable speaker or swap in other attachments. We have locations in Statesboro and Savannah on campus, as well as 2 shops in Paulson Stadium for your game day needs. And check out the website at gsustore.com. Well, the Georgia Southern football team getting set for the 2024 season. They begin fall camp under the shade of the Tippins training facility. Georgia Southern looking for bounce back from another 6-7 season, looking to take that next step. We had a chance to talk with head coach Clay Helton and a few of the players as they are eagerly anticipating the 24 season.
This is a group that's going into their 3rd season with us, and a lot of maturity. You know, you look at guys like Marquez, and you look at guys like Isaac Walker and Derwin Burgess and Jalen White. There's so much older leadership on this group and maturity that you expect that style of practice. And you can see the investment that they've made both as players, as coaches. There weren't a lot of blown assignments. There weren't a lot of forced footballs, a lot of balls on the ground. It was really a very pro-style like practice, and happy about it. That's one down. Now our job is to be consistent with the next 24 going into that first game. Every great quarterback does 2 things. He provides hope to the guys around him that if he's in the game, we're winning this game, and the ball moves, and the ball moves in the end zone. I'll be honest with you, and I told him yesterday, I sat all 3 of them down yesterday and really described what we need to see in this training camp, and I'm proud of them for where they are from practice 1 in spring to where they are now. It's going to be about decision making, timing, and accuracy. And you look at this practice, this was evident that they took those words to light because there weren't a lot of forced balls. You didn't see 1 turnover from any of that group, and really made some decisive decisions, a lot faster decision and processing than they did in spring football. So they put a lot of investment in, and reps are important. And you know, that's why you see us 2 spot out here. That's why you see us work all summer long. You can see the chemistry that they have with these skilled players, and it'll just continue to grow. There's definitely a chip on their shoulder, Josh. I really feel like it comes from last year, both staff and players. You know, we sat there in November and what every team wants to be in, controlling their own destiny, and we didn't get our job done. And you know, we feel that as a team. We feel the heartache that we had, you know, in that last part of the season, not getting to where we want to go to, and that's a championship football game. So, you know, for us, it's going to be so important. I told our guys last night, you know, we dreamed big for one instance. I told them, imagine what a championship game would be like in Statesboro, Georgia. That's always our ultimate goal. That's our standard, is championships. But how do you get there? You put that aside, you don't think about it anymore, you're thinking about the moment. And the moment was this practice, and I was really proud of them locking into the moment and worrying about today rather than something down the road.
It's not a secret that we are 14 losses in his last 2 seasons. So if you take those as losses, then you will never get better. But if you take those as lessons, that's something you can grow from. So being here through those years, through those tough times, a lot of losses, you really learn a lot of lessons. And we understand how important November is. Championships are won in November. So just going in that mindset, like we said, back to what he said, as far as every day matters, every little detail. So just honing in on those things, not taking it moment by moment, not looking too far, not looking too fast. I think the chip is on our shoulder just from last year. You know, finishing what we finished. That's not our standard. That's not what we're about. I think individual things, preseason, all that stuff, that really doesn't matter when it comes to this game. So I think the ship comes from losing and really wanting to win for this city.
In life, when somebody doesn't think you're going to be first, like obviously you're going to have a chip on your shoulder going into things, and honestly that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of things that people need in life. Honestly, just carrying yourself with that chip on your shoulder, you bring an extra little swagger, confidence to the ballpark that you gotta prove people wrong. So this is the first time we've had just a lot of depth, a lot of talented players all around. Even the young guys, they're coming in, learning the system quick, and everybody's coming along. I think we have a chance to do something special this year for sure.
And while the football team is excited about having a covered training facility to practice at, the men's and women's basketball teams are over the moon about moving into their new arena, the Jack and Ruth Ann Hill Convocation Center. Things are going pretty well over there. We had a chance to talk with athletics director Jared Binko about how things are going and what to expect this year at the new arena.
Really excited, Josh, about coming into this arena. You know, Hanner has so much tradition, and obviously we're going to have a chance to close it out officially in November. But not only this, the big part of this new Jack and Ruth Ann Hill Convocation Center is really it addresses not only of our team needs, but we're really excited about the fan amenities. Listen, the actual sightline of seats to me is one of the marquee attractions really to this building, but also too, when you look at updated concession stands, you look at premium areas, opportunities to host events throughout the year. This is a big win for Georgia Southern and a big win obviously for both our basketball programs. All the professional services on this project have been great, so we're really excited about taking possession of this building hopefully in October, and then we'll have an opportunity of about 30 to 45 days for all the fixture, furniture, and equipment, which is the FF&E, and really try to get the offices set up, the locker rooms set up, scoreboards installed. We'll have an opportunity to play in Hanner in November, and then look forward to kind of tentatively holding a grand opening in early December.
What does this do for recruiting for men and women?
Well, it's huge, Josh, because we've already been, again, very fortunate to bring recruits in here. And so we talk to the moms and dads and obviously prospective student athletes, and we talk about really their car is going to be at really two places, right, where they live, and it'll be here a lot, right, because the opportunity with bus systems and whatnot to be able to take the buses to campus and obviously go to class. And so we're really excited because, when we built this building and we had a chance to lay it out programmatically, we looked at ways to really keep everything really consolidated. So you think about where student athletes spend their time outside of the classroom. They're in film session, right? They're going to be in the training room rehabbing and proactively getting their body ready for competition. They'll be in the strength conditioning area, which we have here. They have the fueling station, which they have in their locker room. So everything they need is right here, and so we think it's going to be a tremendous time saver for our student athletes being in and out of the car and be able to set up shop here. And this becomes their second home, and so we're really excited about it. One of the things we're really excited about, obviously, new concession stands, looking at the grab-and-go concessions as well. And you come in right on grade, so you're only going down. There's no more going up anymore, on those stairs at Hanner, which, obviously some people say we're pretty steep. So we obviously are very excited about fans being able to come right on the concourse. You can get around 360, right? So ingress, egress, you can walk around the whole facility. Josh, really excited too about our new Georgia Southern Athletics Hall of Fame that's going to be here as well, which is going to drive traffic throughout the year because we're going to also have graduations. We're going to have opportunities for concerts, for different fairs, and so this building is going to be utilized a lot throughout the year. Telling someone the other day, it's kind of like when you move into a new house. I don't know anyone that's ever moved into a new house and had it exactly the way they wanted on day one. If you're like us, we're unpacking boxes for a while. So I would tell you that there's opportunities for additional premium seating in here. We'll obviously have an opportunity for additional scoreboard as well. So really excited about opportunities for projects down the road.
And stay with us. We'll check in with some of our high school teams coming up next.
Owning a small business is kind of a big deal. State Farm agents can help you find the right insurance coverage at the right price.
Call State Farm agent Matthew Tyson in Statesboro today.
This is Paul Newman with Statesboro Real Estate. Have you been on the sidelines? Well, now's the time to list your house. Let's GATA and get after those assets.
Well, ready or not, high school football season is upon us. The local area teams all missed this past week. They had scrimmages set, so none of them were able to do that, but we were able to see them a couple weeks ago when they were at Georgia Southern playing in the 7-on-7 camps, at least Statesboro High, Southeast Bulloch, and Portal. We had a chance to talk with the coaches about how things are going, and this is what they had to say. Starting with Matt Dobson at Statesboro High, then we'll go over to Jason McEachin from Portal, and then wrap things up with Jared Zito at Southeast Bulloch.
That's a good event. Georgia Southern does a good job, and thanks to Coach Helton and his staff that puts this event on. They do a really good job, and so we're excited to be here and compete, get our kids some reps against other teams, and get some good competition and get some work in. The biggest thing I want to see us compete, because in football, different from basketball and baseball and other sports, like in the summertime, we don't get to go play real football games because of the rules and the contact and all that. So I want to see our kids compete at a high level. Obviously working on the timing and the reads for the quarterback, the timing with the receivers, and then DBs getting to work their coverages and communication aspect. But just want to see us compete at a high level on every rep. Getting the quarterback's reps in these events is good. You know, the defense in these events is dropping 7 in the coverage every time, which is the most you're probably going to get on a Friday night. And so getting them to see those windows in the defense and work on the timing with the receivers is really important, and you can't get enough reps doing that during the summer. I like that we've competed really well in every rep, even when we get beat on a play. We bounce right back. You know, I've seen some receivers that have dropped some balls and we went right back to them the next play and they make the catch. And so short-term mentality and then just competing at a high level. You know, I feel like our guys are doing a really good job of that. We've seen some really good competition this summer, and that's what they're doing is just, win, lose, or draw, we're competing every snap, which is exciting to see.
Very appreciative of Coach Helton and Georgia Southern putting on this 7-on-7 tournament. It's a great opportunity for us to come compete against some bigger schools. Where, like you said, we're put up in the Tippins. It's shaded, it's cool, it feels great out here, and we're getting a lot of great reps. The biggest thing we talked about today is we wanted to see competitive effort from start to finish. We know there's going to be mistakes. We're going to give up passes. We're going to complete passes. We're going to drop passes. We understand all that. The biggest thing we're looking for is our competitive nature and our communication from start to finish. And so far, I'm pleased with where we're at through the first 3 contests. Oh, yeah, you can definitely tell we got some guys that are not on the same page. And like we talked about, again, we're trying to build chemistry with this stuff. We got multiple new guys in new spots, including quarterback position, inside and outside receiver, and back. So we understand all that. The kids understand all that, and we're trying to use every rep as an opportunity to learn and continue to build that chemistry that we need going into the fall.
Georgia Southern doing a good job here, putting on a great tournament, just trying to get better, working our third down passing game and obviously our pass defense. Looking for our kids to just keep working hard, make progress on what we're doing, compete at a high level, and do it the right way. Overall, I'm pleased. We're throwing the ball well, making good reads, running good routes. Defensively, I showed a lot of improvement on the second game. Just, again, trying to identify who are our main guys where. I mean, you're always working on personnel and who can compete. But overall, I'm pleased with our effort, and I feel like we're getting better, and we're working at things, especially offensively, that's probably not our bread and butter. But we wanted to spend more time this summer focusing on that part of our offense. Last year, we were so in the beginning stages of learning that offense, we couldn't do it. So we've spent some time on that, and so far, so good.
And we'll preview the upcoming games and the season openers for you coming up next week. But for now, that'll wrap things up. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.